There's an anime about YouTubers, and it is hilarious and ridiculous in the best possible way. The anime is called Viral Hit, and I gotta say, to me, it's like a sillier version of Solo Leveling. Also, it was inspired by a manhwa, or started as a manhwa and a webtoon, and now is finally on Crunchyroll. The story is just about this scrawny high school kid named Robin, and he's just the guy everybody looks past, the guy everybody talks down to, and he kind of works with this almost like this David Dobrik like character vlogger named Paco, and the guy is just so vain and just such a douche, and you just hate him. And Hobbin basically gets used to be like his lackey in videos, and Paco's like this big NewTuber is what they call it. They don't call it YouTube, they call it NewTube, and it's already just from the go, just like such a dumb, hilarious show. Everybody's so vain and stupid, and Viral Hit really exposes like just the dumb element of like trying to remain relevant, and like that it really doesn't matter at all, because at the end of the day it doesn't really get you any of the core things that are important in life, like people actually caring about you or being interested in who you really are. But Hobbin eventually gets into this fight with with Paco's camera guy, who's this little idiot also, and the video ends up going viral. It gets like 10 million views or something, and he finds out he can start making money from his own YouTube channel, which is important because he needs to pay for his mom's medical bills because she has cancer and is hospitalized, and obviously, being a high school kid, he was only flipping burgers, so he's not making money. But once he comes into that juicy YouTube ad revenue, he finds out that he can be making a ridiculous, obscene amount of money for doing really dumb things. So eventually, Hobbin and his cameraman join forces, and they start getting into the niche of public fighting, which I don't know if this is a niche in real life. I'm sure it probably is, unfortunately, but for the most part, he secludes it to just fighting bullies or standing up to bullies and kind of giving people what they deserve almost. And he gets into this fight later with Paco and kind of exposes him, and this kind of starts Paco's like villain arc against Hobbin, and the story launches off from there. And Hobbin quits his job doing burger flipping and starts making money for his mom, and this hot girl that he worked with at the burger joint starts liking him. And then you get to see the deeper element of how this kid has kind of like inherited his trauma from, being bullied and pushed aside and looked over, and doesn't really have a very strong self-worth for himself. He constantly is thinking like people wouldn't be interested in hanging out with him, or that no one would want to date him, and it's kind of sad. But that gets glossed over very fast because the comedy in this anime is so hilarious and ridiculous. The animation style is really funny. All the fight scenes are choreographed and shot in a really, really funny way. And I think this is almost just like a funnier version of Solo Leveling. Like, it's just basically about Hobbin just like getting his butt kicked every single episode by some bigger dude, and then just finding out how to fight via YouTube videos from this chicken martial artist that shows him how to take a punch and how to dodge a punch, and how like not to get emotional when you're fighting, and find your your enemy's weaknesses, which I didn't expect there to be a chicken martial artist, but the guy's kind of epic in a very weird way. So anywho, Viral Hit, it has almost also kind of like a Boondocks, if you remember that show, kind of like comedy styling to it and pacing to it that is just, again, really enjoyable and gripping, and you don't take it too seriously most of the time, but it's got its couple little serious elements at the heart of it. I think, just especially also as someone that makes, content online, I think it's funny that it kind of just exposes these like really dumb sides of, making content and publishing content, being worried about how long your videos are, titles, thumbnails, just engagement overall, and just how the numbers ultimately can affect your mental health, because I'd like to say they don't, but they do. You know, sometimes you publish a video and it does really well, or do a live stream and a lot of people show up, and then sometimes they don't, and it will happen. It always happens. You know, you have your ups, you have your downs, and it's kind of about just how immediate those lows in the numbers and insights can impact your mental health. So I don't know if it's meant to kind of like make you think about that element purposefully a whole lot, but I guess maybe as a content creator myself, I do think about it because it sucks. It's, you know, you don't want to be influenced by these dumb things. You only want to care about, you know, the important things in life, like love or, you know, food. But yeah, Viral Hit goes on and is very funny. Fight scene's great. Characters are literally some of the most ridiculous characters I've ever read about. And if you need an underdog story that is hilarious and badass, check out Viral Hit. It is fun, I swear. And if you've got any new anime recommendations, feel free to drop them below. Hit that subscribe and like button. It would help me out a ton. I am Alex, and Weebs, I will catch you next time. All right? Bye now.